Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than your brain's. Most people don't know this. So when they're told to raise their vibration or match the frequency of their desires, they're looking in the wrong place entirely. They're focusing on their thoughts when the real broadcast station is their heart. And here's what changes everything. When your heart and brain synchronize, what scientists call coherence, you generate a measurable electromagnetic state. A smooth, organized frequency that resonates through your entire nervous system. This isn't relaxation. This isn't meditation. This is the precise frequency that transforms possibility into form. And once you learn to stabilize it, you stop hoping reality will shift. You start broadcasting the reality you've been envisioning. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than your brain's. And here's what most people don't realize. That field is your primary signal to the quantum field. Not your visualization, not your affirmations, not your intentions. You've been trying to think your way into a new reality. But your thoughts aren't the broadcast. Your heart's electromagnetic field is what actually sends the message. Your mind creates the content, the images, the desires, the future you want. But your heart sends it. And if that message is chaotic, it never gets through. When you're in an incoherent state, stress, anxiety, survival mode, your heart rhythm becomes erratic, jagged, unpredictable. Your nervous system is screaming threat. Your field broadcasts static. But here's what changes everything. When you shift into coherence, when your heart rhythm becomes smooth, rhythmic, organized, something happens that most people never experience. Coherence isn't just a calmer heartbeat. It's your whole body working together. Your heart, brain, lungs, and blood pressure all sync up into one smooth rhythm. And when they do, your electromagnetic field becomes something else entirely. Something that influences reality in ways you've been trying to force through visualization alone. Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight into creation mode. Your field becomes organized, stable, powerful. And that organized field does something remarkable. Your coherent electromagnetic state creates synchronization, not just within your body, but between you and your environment. When your field stabilizes, it begins influencing the nervous systems of people around you, creating cascades of relational shifts that reshape your external reality. This is similar to what's called the observer effect in quantum mechanics, the idea that observation influences outcome. Scientists debate exactly how this works, but the result is clear. Coherence creates stability, and stability influences what shows up around you. Most people visualize their desires while their body is broadcasting fear. They imagine abundance while their heart rhythm screams scarcity. They picture peace while their nervous system runs on survival. Visualization without coherence is like trying to tune a radio while someone shakes the antenna. You might catch fragments of the station, brief moments of clarity, but the signal keeps breaking up. Coherence stabilizes the antenna. It allows your electromagnetic field to broadcast one clear frequency, the frequency of already having, already being, already living the reality you've been holding in your mind. This isn't metaphysics. It's measurable. When your heart and brain achieve coherence, your brain shifts into a calmer state. Your heartbeat becomes smooth and steady. Your body's relaxation response strengthens. You become the stable signal the quantum field has been waiting for. So the question isn't whether you can influence reality. The question is, Can you maintain the coherence long enough for reality to reorganize around you? And here's what most people don't realize. Coherence has a specific signature, a feeling, a physiological state so distinct that once you've felt it, you can't mistake it for anything else. And once you can recognize it, you can return to it. Every single time. Here's exactly what to look for. But understanding this intellectually and feeling it are two completely different things. And until you've felt it in your body, it remains abstract. Another concept, another idea you're trying to believe in. Coherence isn't a mood you chase. It's a physiological state you can measure and train. And there's a specific practice that creates it. But before I walk you through it, I want you to understand something. This isn't meditation. This isn't manifestation. This is frequency tuning. Here's exactly what to do. First, bring your attention to your heart area. Not your thoughts about your heart, the physical center of your chest. Feel the space there. Breathe into it. Second, slow your breathing. 5 to 6 seconds in, 5 to 6 seconds out. Let the rhythm become steady, effortless. Third, generate a feeling. Not forced positivity, not fake gratitude. A genuine sense of appreciation or care. Maybe for a person, maybe for a moment. Something that softens you from the inside. Within 60 to 90 seconds, your heart rate variability begins to shift. The jagged, erratic pattern smooths into a coherent wave. Your nervous system shifts from stress mode, fight, flight, freeze, into relaxation mode. You'll feel it physically, a sense of inner safety, grounding, a quiet knowing that has nothing to do with circumstances. This is what researchers call heartbeat-evoked potentials, your heart's rhythm syncing with your brain activity. And when that happens, something shifts in how you see things. You stop seeing through the lens of survival. You start seeing through the lens of possibility. This is the shift. This is what changes everything. But here's what happens next, and why most people abandon this before it takes root. Your body will resist. Not consciously, not because you're doing something wrong, but because coherence is asking your nervous system to do something it's never done before. You've spent years, maybe decades, calibrated to stress. Your nervous system has been running on the frequency of not enough, not yet, not safe. When you first access coherence, you might feel restless, uncomfortable, like you're doing something wrong. You're not. This is actually a sign you're doing it right, because coherence is asking your nervous system to do something it's never done before. And your system doesn't like unfamiliar, even when unfamiliar is better. This isn't failure. This is recalibration. Your biology is upgrading to support a higher baseline frequency, and that upgrade feels unfamiliar because your nervous system has been calibrated to stress for years. And this is where identity bridging happens. You're not forcing yourself to feel a certain way. You're choosing the elevated response over the conditioned one. Every time you notice stress and redirect to coherence, you're building new neural pathways. You're teaching your brain that safety doesn't require external proof. This is the shift from reacting to reality to generating it. But becoming this person doesn't happen through willpower alone. It happens through a specific practice that trains your nervous system to recognize and return to coherence automatically. And it's the difference between experiencing coherence once and living in it. Here's the practice that makes this real. Every time you notice yourself slipping into the old pattern, stress, doubt, urgency, you pause. You don't judge it, you don't fight it, you simply redirect. Ask yourself, what would the coherent version of me think right now? Not the perfect version. Not the version who has everything figured out. The version who's already stabilized this frequency. What would they choose in this moment? Then make that choice, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And here's why this works. Most people understand coherence intellectually, but never actually practice it. They experience it once, a glimpse, a moment, and then their old patterns pull them back. They never stabilize it. They never make it their baseline. But every time you redirect, you're building new neural pathways. You're teaching your brain that safety doesn't require external proof. And eventually, coherence becomes so automatic you can't recall what it felt like to vibrate in limitation. Here's a practical tool, the 30-second rule. Every 30 seconds during a challenging moment, check your state. Are you broadcasting coherence or static? If it's static, breathe, redirect. Return to the heart-centered frequency. You don't need to hold it perfectly, you just need to keep returning. Because every return is a neural pathway being rewired. Every redirect is your system learning that safety doesn't require external proof. Do you see what just happened? You went from reacting to reality to generating it. From waiting for proof to creating it. That shift, that's everything. Because here's what happens when you do this consistently. Your electromagnetic field begins to stabilize, and reality begins reorganizing around that stability. Not because you demanded it, not because you visualized harder, but because your signal became clear enough for the field to lock onto. This is the observer effect in its purest form. Your consistent coherence collapses the wave function. Possibility becomes form, not through force, through alignment. But there's something else you need to understand about coherence. It's contagious. Research shows that when you're in a coherent state, your electromagnetic field influences others within 5 feet of you. Their heart rhythms begin to synchronize with yours. Their nervous systems calm. You become a stabilizing presence without saying a word. This is why serenity feels like power, because coherence creates measurable electromagnetic influence. And that influence doesn't require you to convince anyone. It simply requires you to be coherent. Neediness destabilizes your field. It broadcasts chaos. I don't have this yet. And that chaotic signal influences how others respond to you. But appreciation, genuine, embodied appreciation, is the frequency of already having. It says, "This is already mine. I'm simply waiting for the physical form to catch up." You hold your desire lightly, with gratitude, not desperation, with knowing, not hoping. Now, here's where it gets even more powerful. Your electromagnetic field becomes a bridge between your internal state and how others perceive and respond to you. And here's what becomes possible when you stabilize this frequency at scale, when it's no longer a moment, but your baseline. Your electromagnetic field becomes a broadcast. People around you begin synchronizing with your coherence without knowing why. Conversations flow differently. Opportunities emerge that weren't visible before. Not because you manipulated anything, but because your signal finally became clear enough for the field to respond. People won't know why they suddenly feel safer around you. They won't understand why interactions shift. They won't be able to explain the synchronicities that start appearing. But they'll feel it. And when they do, when your coherence becomes so stable that it influences everything around you, you've moved from hoping to knowing, from chasing to allowing, from trying to being. Everything you've learned in this video comes down to one thing. Your heart is broadcasting right now, 60 times stronger than your thoughts, 60 times more powerful than your intentions. And you can train it. You can stabilize it. You can make it your baseline. You started this video learning that your heart generates a field 60 times stronger than your brain's. But here's what that really means. Your heart is already broadcasting. Right now, this second. The question isn't whether you can influence reality. The question is, what frequency are you broadcasting? So here's what I want you to do before you scroll away. Take 60 seconds right now. Bring your attention to your heart. Slow your breathing. Generate one genuine feeling of appreciation or care. That's it. That's the reset. Because every time you do this, every single time, you're training your nervous system to recognize coherence as your baseline. You're not waiting for the perfect moment. You're creating it. In the comments, share one word that describes what you felt during those 60 seconds. Not a paragraph, one word. Because that word is your frequency signature. And when you name it, you anchor it. Your heart is already broadcasting. Make sure it's broadcasting what you actually want. And if you want to understand the deeper mechanics of how this frequency actually collapses possibility into form, the next video shows you exactly how the observer effect works when your coherence reaches this level.